Hello, my students. How are you today? Welcome to grade 2 in Karim Al Azhar Institute. Connect Primer 2 Students Book First Term. Unit 1 Meet My Family. Lesson 1. Lesson 1. Meet my family. There is a dialogue between father, mother, grandpa, Amira, Hannah, Hani. Father and mother say good evening. Grandpa says good evening. Amira says this is my grandpa. This is my grandpa. These are my friends. These are my friends. Hannah says these are my parents. These are my parents. Hani says this is my cousin. He is 5 years old. Look at the picture. Grandparents. What's the meaning of grandparents? Grandparents, it means grandma and grandpa. Okay? Grandparents means grandma and grandpa. Uncle. Uncle is my father's brother. Is my father's brother. Parents. Parents means father and mother. Sister. She is my sister. Cousins. Cousins. It means are my uncle's son and daughter. New vocabs. The first word grandparents. Excellent, my student. Grandparents. What's the meaning of grandparents? Grandparents, it means grandpa and grandma. Grandparents. Who can spell grandparents? You can spell grandparents. 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 The second picture, what can you see? Grandma. Excellent. Grandma. Who can spell grandma? You can spell grandma. 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 Picture number 3. What can you see? Grandpa. Grandpa equal what? Equal grandfather. Excellent. Grandpa. Who can spell grandpa? grandpa. 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 Repeat after me, my student. Grandparents. 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 Grandma. 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 Grandpa. Grandpa. After that, what can you see in this picture? Father and mother. Excellent. Father and mother. Father and mother. It means parents. 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 Repeat after me, my student. Parents. Parents. Who can tell me what's the meaning of parents? Very good. Parents, it means father and mother. What can you see in this picture? Girl. Yes, girl. She is sister. Excellent. She is sister. 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 Repeat after me. Sister. Sister. Picture number 3. What can you see? Cousins. Cousins. Excellent. Who can spell? Cousins. 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 What is the difference between this is and these are? What's the difference between this is and these are? This is for singular noun, but these are for plural noun. Excellent. This is for singular nouns. Like what singular nouns? Like Ahmed, like Mona, like friend, like cousin. Excellent. Who can give me one example? This is my friend. Excellent. This is my. Excellent. This is my cousin. These are for singular nouns. Who can give me another example? Who can give me one example about these are? These are my friends. Excellent. These are my friends. Examples. The first example, this is my friend. After this is plural or singular noun. Excellent. Singular noun. This is my friend. Example number 2. This is my grandpa. This is my grandpa. Excellent. Number 3. These are my cousins. These are my cousins. Cousins. Plural noun or singular noun? Plural. Excellent. Plural noun. These are my cousins. These are my cousins. Number 4. These are my sister. Sister or sisters? Sisters. Very good. These are my sisters. These are my sisters. Sisters. Plural or singular? Plural. Excellent. These are my sisters. Plural. Exercise. This is my or these are my. This is for singular nouns, but these are for plural nouns. Number 1. Parents. Parents. These are my or this is my. Parents. These are my. These are my parents. Number 2. What can you see? Cousin. Cousin. I can see. This is my cousin or these are my cousin. Who can answer? You? Very good. This is my cousin. This is my cousin. This is my cousin. Number 3. Grandpa. Who can answer? Grandpa. I can say this is my or these are my. This is my. Very good. This is my grandpa. This is my grandpa. Number 4. Cousins. This is my cousins or these are my cousins. Very good. These are my cousins. These are my cousins. These are my cousins. Number 5. Friend. Friend. This is my friend or these are my friend. Who can answer? You can answer? You? Yes. Very good. This is my friend. This is my friend. This is my friend. Number 6. Grandparents. Grandparents. This is my grandparents or these are my grandparents. These are my grandparents. Very good, my student. Greetings. Greetings. Look at the first picture. Dialogue between Arwa and Grandma. Arwa says, "Good morning, Grandma." Grandma says, "Good morning, dear." Arwa wake up and says to Grandma, "Good morning, Grandma." Grandma says, "Good morning, dear." Picture number 2. Dialogue between Arwa and Grandpa. Grandpa says to Arwa, "Good afternoon, Arwa." Arwa says, "Good afternoon, Grandpa." Number 3. Dialogue between Grandma and Arwa. Arwa says, "Good evening, Grandma." Grandma says, "Good evening, Arwa." Number 4. Grandpa and Arwa. Grandpa says, "Good night, Arwa." Arwa got sleep. "Good night, Arwa." Arwa says, "Good night, Grandpa." When I wake up, I say to my mother, Good morning, my mother." My mother replied to me, "Good morning." When the sun in the sky, I say to my mother, "Good afternoon." My mother replied to me, "Good afternoon." When the sun goes down, the sun says goodbye. I say to my mother, "Good evening, my mother." My mother replied to me, "Good evening." When I got sleep, I say, good night, my mother." My mother replied to me, "Good night." Good morning, good morning. Good evening, good evening. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Good night, good night. The first picture. The sun comes up. I say good morning or good evening or good afternoon or good night. I say good morning. Who can spell good morning? GOODMORNING. Number 2, good evening. I say good evening when the sun goes down, when the sun says goodbye. Number 2. Who can spell good evening? GOODEVENING. Number 3, good afternoon. I say good afternoon when the sun in the sky. Number 3, who can spell afternoon? Good afternoon. GOODAFTERNOON. Number 4, good night. I say good night when the moon in the sky at night. When the moon in the sky at night. When I go to sleep, I say good night. Number 4, good night. Who can spell good night? GOODNIGHT. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to answer the exercise after this video. See you next time, my student. Goodbye.